and for being on time. Let me kick off with the first question to you, Mr. Merdzan. You have proposed amendments and changes in language, and thank you for your written brief. And your brief is supported by roughly 48 organizations. But we have heard a tension in this committee around the need to improve the bill on the one hand, and on the other, to pass it quickly so that people in disability who are living in poverty start receiving benefits with the, I imagine, hope that incremental improvements will come over time. What is your position?
Our position is that the bill as is will leave people behind. The requirements solely on the social insurance number that I just discussed will mean that a lot of people that do not have social insurance numbers will not even be eligible for the Canada Disability Benefit. And so this then leaves people with disabilities behind and doesn't include them in the benefit. We understand, and I think it's very clear from the conversations that have been before this committee, how important it is for people with disability to have access to income supports. Currently, the bill doesn't protect against clawbacks, so we don't know whether that will actually go in the hands of people with disabilities. And we think that there should be stronger protections in place so that people with disabilities are supported. And I am supported in that by 48 community legal clinics across Ontario.
Ms. Scott, what is your perspective?
I think that many of certainly the recommendations that ISAC has put forward, I mean, they address really critically important issues that the hope would obviously come forward in the regulatory process. For instance, issues around identification, alternative social benefit delivery mechanisms are already being discussed and piloted with the CRA and the like. I can only think or understand the government hasn't taken this step thus far because they have other regulations in the pending. But again, that is, it's a leap of faith. I think we're in a position right now, and I think the community has articulated this very clearly, that in terms of mobilizing support behind the quick passage of Bill C-22, that they recognize that that is a strategy that comes with risks. That in an ideal situation, I 100% agree that the types of requirements that ISAC is putting forward and is supported by the legal clinics in Ontario are critical and essential ones. We would never argue against those. The question is the particular moment, the political moment that we're in. These are really key issues. I think there is a really real and present danger that many, many people with disabilities may well be sidelined, particularly those who have not yet qualified for and continue to struggle to access benefits, whether it be at the provincial level or even federally. It's a very limited number of people, for instance, who have access to the disability tax credit. So really, this is a benefit that will evolve over time. So yes, I acknowledge these are critically important amendments that need to be made. Ideally, they would be included in Bill C-22 at this juncture. We stand with the disability community in terms of their desire to have this bill passed quickly.